Hello, hello,
Hello.
hello.
Wake up. There we go. Wake up. It is time to get going for the day. I know you're tired. How about a cup of coffee? Let's try making coffee in a French press. I hear it's rich, tasty, and is very strong. A French press coffee is completely saturating ground coffee with hot water and then pressing the hot water through the coffee grounds, which is what this is. The things that you will need, The things that you will need for your French press coffee is, of course, a French press. A lot of these are made of glass. Ours is made of stainless steel. You'll need coffee. This is our coffee of choice, is Black Rifle coffee. You also need a spoon. Ours just so happens to keep our bag closed. You'll need a coffee cup. And if you prefer sugar, you can have your sugar here as well. You'll also need a long spoon, which is to stir up your coffee. You'll need a timer and you'll need a hot kettle. Ours is electric, but you can also boil it on the stove. If you boil it on the stove, it takes roughly like 3 minutes. This takes less. But these are all the things that you will need to make French press coffee. Extra things that you might add to your coffee would be like cream, sugar, or like flavorings like hazelnut or something like that. But the first thing that you're going to do is you need to bring your water to a boil. Ours, unfortunately, is not to a boil quite yet. But once it is, you will take your French press coffee and you will pull it open. As you can see, it does not use a filter. Normal coffee makers use a paper filter. This does not. This uses a mesh filter. Shut up, bits. But you also fill this up, which has a line in it, which you fill it up to and the max. You pour your coffee in it, which we can go on ahead and do right now. You put however many scoops that you prefer into your coffee. Some prefer 3, 2. We usually stick between 3 or 4. But we like our coffee really, really strong. If you do not like it like that, then you can only put in 2. Which is probably what I'm going to put in because it's kind of like... You seal your bag up, and you put your clip back on it, and you make sure that it's closed. To be 100% honest with you, I've never really used this. We haven't ever done it before, but we're going to do it today and see if it changes the taste of the coffee. I highly doubt that it will, but we'll see. And another thing that I forgot to tell you that you'll need a timer. Your timer needs to be set between 4 to 6 minutes, which will take... It gives it time for it to go on ahead and saturate in your coffee press. And then once it's done and over with, you push this handle down, which fits on top. And once you do that, you press it down, and that makes your coffee. You have to let that steep for a little while, kind of like tea. But hopefully this will get done soon. But while we wait on that, here's some interesting facts that I found about coffee. I did not know. I thought coffee came from the United States. It does not. It actually originates in Ethiopia and East Africa. And another fact is that I would have thought that we had the best coffee. I personally think we do. But apparently Brazil is the lead person or lead country in making quality coffee. And the average price of coffee per pound is roughly $8 to $20, which that can make 24 to 46 cups of coffee if you put in like 1 scoop. Here we go. We're going to go on ahead and pour our hot water into our French press. And as you can see, there is a line inside that says max, which is as much as you want to fill it up to. After you get done pouring your coffee in, you'll want to go on ahead and start your timer. But since I told you we don't use this, we're going to try it today and see if it changes anything in the coffee. We might have been doing it all wrong, but you never know unless you try it. Okay. And now you use your timer that is set to 4 minutes. and you start your timer. So here in roughly 4 minutes, ideally, it serves maybe 1 to 2 cups of coffee. But I promise you, this coffee is known to be rich and very strong. While we're sitting here, we're going to go ahead and talk about the origin of coffee and how coffee is made. Coffee is made from the seeds of the coffea plants, which produce the beans. Once you have the beans, you grind them up, and then they're put into bags, some like this, or in canisters. Then they're sold across the world. Another interesting fact is that some of the best coffee in the world is actually starts out at a bean from the coffea plant and is fed to animals. You're going to think this is kind of gross, but it goes through an animal's digestive system, and then once they do their stuff, you gather the coffee beans, grind it up, and you put it inside of your coffee maker. Supposedly, that makes the best coffee in the world. It's at least top 10 in the world, according to the list that I found up from Duke University. If you don't really like strong coffee, this is probably not for you, because all the research that I did on it, this is supposedly very, very strong coffee. It's very high in caffeine. It's a really concentrated coffee. It's somewhat like espresso, but think of it as espresso on steroids. But, oh, I need to turn off our kettle. Now that we've gone through the steps of making a coffee in a French press, I hope that you'll give it a try at home. I would be more than happy to make you a cup of coffee and let you try it yourself. Isn't it wild that you're taught in school that everyone drinks coffee as like their number one drink to wake up in the world? I mean, I know I do. I work a blue collar job. I wake up every morning and we stop at a gas station and I get coffee. This I would prefer. I drink this on the weekends when I'm studying or doing my schoolwork. And I personally think that this is the best. So we will wait. We have 1 minute and 40 seconds. If anyone has any questions about the coffee.
What do you like in your coffee?
The thing I like in my coffee is, well, I've been kind of stuck on it because I've been watching Men in Black. And Kay in Men in Black uses coffee with 2 sugars in it. So I take 2 teaspoons like this. Ours is kind of fancy, but take 2 teaspoons, if I can pronounce my words, and I pour it into my coffee, and then I stir it up. I think it tastes good. I also drink it black. I mean, times I'm in a rush and I just want to get something to drink. It's very quick and very easy to do. But here now, our timer is counting down. We have 1 second left, so we're going to go ahead and press it down. And you want to push it really slowly. You don't really want to smash it down because you will shoot coffee all over the wall. I can tell you that from experience. And now that this is set in here and done, after we've pushed it down, ideally, this is your end result. This is what your French press should look like when you're done. And then you go ahead and you pour it in your coffee cup. And like I said, it doesn't make a large quantity of coffee. It makes roughly 1 to 2 cups of coffee. Usually me and my father drink this in the mornings, on the weekends. Other times we drink drip coffee or gas station coffee, wherever we get it. I think that you would like this. Go on ahead and give it a try yourself.